Where did we leave off last time? We left off discussing the system that this guru had created called yoga in daily life. The physical and breathing exercises of yoga, which help us to achieve and maintain health and promote life, are only a very small part of this comprehensive system. This book deals specifically with the spiritual aspects of yoga, the goal of which is God realization, union of the individual consciousness with the divine consciousness. Yoga. In its original sense, yoga means the all-pervading, eternally awake consciousness that keeps the entire cosmos in balance. Yoga is as old as the universe itself and represents the principles of truth, love, and consciousness, forming the quote-unquote building plan of the whole universe. In the Bhagavad Gita, one of the authentic sources of yoga, Lord Krishna says to his disciple Arjuna, from the 4th chapter, very first verse, "I will now reveal to you the knowledge of yoga, which I previously gave to the sun god," which I believe was named Viviswan. Then it was given to Manu, and then the king Ikshvaku. And then in disciplic succession ever since through various ancient lineages. The knowledge given to the sun god is the light of yoga, meaning consciousness and life. And when the first ray of the sun shone on the planet, it brought with it consciousness and life. To realize yoga means to achieve self-realization, which is identical to God realization. Realization of and union with God is to experience oneself as a part of God. With this realization, the individual soul, the Jivatma in Sanskrit, is united with the true self, the Atma, which is its origin. And as the Atma is a part of the Supreme Self, the Paramatma, they are therefore in essence the same. And so, at the end, the quote-unquote little I of the ego dissolves in the divine self, just like a raindrop in the ocean. The path that leads us to the experience and realization of this oneness is also called yoga. In this sense, yoga is described as a scientific system of physical, breathing, concentration, and meditation practices and principles, as well as ethical rules for living. These practices and principles were revealed and transmitted by God to the sages and seers, the so-called rishis of India, in their meditations many thousands of years ago. In the view of the varying predispositions and interests of people, the rishis outlined 4 main yoga paths. Bhakti yoga, which is the yoga of devotion. Bhakti yogis offer their love and devotion to that form of God worshipped by them. All of the religions are actually sub-branches of Bhakti yoga. Yoga is the greatest spiritual system. There is no higher. Every religion in the world is just a small part of Bhakti yoga, which is a small part of yoga. Then there's Karma yoga. Karma yogis worship God through their selfless service for all living beings. This includes all humanitarian work. There is Raja yoga, the kingly yoga. Raja yogis awaken the supreme consciousness within through discipline and meditation. This includes all athleticism. And there's Jnana yoga, the yoga of knowledge. Jnana Yoga strives for the knowledge of the impersonal divine principle, which includes all of science. So these 4 branches of this greater practice called yoga includes everything from all the religions, humanitarian effort, athleticism, and searching for knowledge such as science and philosophy. It's all a part of yoga. We are all yogis, even if we do not realize it yet. These 4 spiritual paths are inextricably linked to one another and lead to the same goal, to self-knowledge and God realization, to union with the cosmic consciousness. The Indian rishis who possessed insight into the past, present, and future predicted that bhakti yoga, the path of devotion to God, would be especially important for the people of the Kali Yuga, the dark age in which we are currently living. The spiritual development of bhakti yogis take place in a very natural way, just like a child who has complete trust in its parents to provide for it, love it, and give it protection. The system, yoga in daily life, shows us how to connect bhakti yoga with the other 3 yoga paths in our everyday life, within the family and the workplace. We are able to achieve the goal of self-realization through our sincere devotion to the divine by developing unconditional love for all living beings, by offering practical and selfless help to all those in need, by constant spiritual practice, purification of our consciousness, and self-mastery. May this book show the way to supreme consciousness for all spiritual seekers. With blessings, Mahamandaleshwar Paramhans Swami Maheshwarananda, from Vienna, August 2001. There's a footnote here when we mention the Kali Yuga. In Kali Yuga, which literally means the dark age, humans have literally forgotten their connection to the divine knowledge. War, violence, cruelty, catastrophes, disease, and destruction are the signs of Kali Yuga and are clearly recognizable in the world today. We can illuminate this dark age by cultivating the positive attributes of love, understanding, generosity, forgiveness, and service, and help to turn things around for the better. And we'll pause our reading of The Hidden Power in Humans for now. There's a lovely, beautiful Om symbol on the next page, which we'll start with next time.